The tools you need to succeed. Now let's talk about some of the tools you're going to need to succeed with list building. The very first thing that you're absolutely going to need is a good, reliable autoresponder service. There are many different autoresponder services out there, but you need to stay away from the free autoresponder services. You just never know how reliable they're going to be, so just don't risk it with your business. I'm going to recommend two providers that I've personally used and that I personally endorse. The first one I'm going to recommend is Aweber. This is probably one of the most popular autoresponder services among internet marketers, especially beginners, mainly because it's really easy to use and get started with. And you can test Aweber out for the first month for just $1, so it's really easy to get started with them. The other autoresponder services I've used and recommend is GetResponse. They're very similar to Aweber in that they have a lot of the same features and allow you to do similar things. The advantage GetResponse has, pricing-wise anyway, is that you can actually get started with them for free. Now, the free trial has some limitations, but if you just want to test it out, you can just sign up and check it out. Both services are reliable, though, so whoever you go with really just comes down to personal preference. I do recommend, though, that whatever service you try, you really stick with it, because it is sometimes a little difficult to switch between autoresponder providers. So that's something for you to keep in mind. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a good, reliable host provider. Once again, I don't recommend that you use a free hosting provider. You just never know what's going to happen with them. They're usually entirely advertising-based, so you just never know how reliable they're going to be. And really, when it comes down to your business, you need to invest in solid tools for it to work properly over the long term. There are a lot of good hosting providers out there, but there is only one I can highly recommend. That's HostGator. They're a fantastic service, excellent customer support, excellent uptime. They have virtually no downtime, and like I said, their customer service is absolutely fantastic. I've never had any issues with their servers being down or anything like that, and any problems I've had with my websites, they've been able to fix for me in no time. They've got a few different plans available, but I recommend going with their baby plan. You get unlimited domains, unlimited disk space, and unlimited bandwidth, so I recommend them. They're also very affordable at about $6 per month. So you've got no excuses for not investing in a good hosting provider like HostGator. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a domain name. Obviously, this can just be about anything you want, but it should be something related to your niche and what you have to offer. So let's say you're in the gardening niche, and you want to build a list that gives out tips and ideas about gardening to your subscribers. A domain name you could go with is something like johnsgardeningtips.com. Or if you have a specific offer you're giving away to build your list, for example, a free report named 27 Tips to Gardening Success, then maybe a domain name such as 27gardeningtips.com would work well. It's completely up to you. Just make sure the domain name is related to your niche and to your offer. There's a few different places you can purchase a domain name from. The two I recommend are GoDaddy and Namecheap. They're really only two places that I recommend you buy your domain names because they have very good prices and they're very reliable. You can also search for coupons on Google for these two services, which will give you some discounts. So you end up paying less than $10 for your domain name. The next thing that you're going to need to start building your list is you're going to need a squeeze page. This is a page where you're going to send your visitors so they can sign up to your list. You can make your own if you know HTML, or you can make it easy on yourself and use a template. Either a theme or a plugin on WordPress or an HTML template. The easiest option is probably to get something for WordPress. This allows you to not just build squeeze pages, but also build out a full website as well. A great option to do this with is OptimizePress. The great thing about this is they let you build sales pages, squeeze pages, download pages, membership pages, everything. And it's all done within the WordPress platform, so it's easy to manage. It's a great tool, and if you're serious about building a long-term business, it's also a tool that will serve you well as you continue to expand your business. You're going to be able to keep using it to build more squeeze pages, to sell your own products on sales pages, and so much more. So it's definitely worth the investment. Another option you have for building squeeze pages within WordPress is WP Lead Gorilla. It isn't as comprehensive as OptimizePress, in that it doesn't allow you to create sales pages and other pages, but what it does is it allows you to create some really cool looking modern day squeeze pages. And these new style squeeze pages convert very well. I've had conversions of well over 50% on these types of squeeze pages, compared to something like 30% on regular squeeze pages you often see most marketers using. So this is also worth the investment if you want to use some of these high-converting, fresh-looking squeeze pages for your offers. So those are some of the tools you'll need to be successful with list building. Next, we're going to take a look at the structure of your list building business, and more specifically, your sales funnel.